guys, today, as we told you, we have a friend that I would like to call the experimenter. This is the nickname we're giving to you, right?
Hi,
And
everybody.
if I have to define what we are going to talk about, it's exactly the title of this episode. I took a one-way ticket into my brain, and I was never the same. The experimenter, go ahead.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, everyone. Well, thank you for inviting me to the podcast. It's like
Well, thank
a
you for
real
the
pleasure to be here.
Thank you for the gift because you've never wanted to talk about the subject until one day she sends a message saying, I'm ready to talk about that. So thank you for an early birthday gift.
Yes, that's true. It's true that it took like years of therapy. I mean, we're talking about something that happened in uh, 2016,
Yes,
and
wow.
we're in 2024, and until now, I was not ready to talk about it. I was talking about it with myself to analyze it, like going through the details and making research and trying to understand what happened. And now I think I know what happened.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
So can you just
So
walk us a bit, like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, like, just walk us a little bit about everything, like the background of it, everything. I mean, like, just hold our hand and walk us into that secret box.
well, as much as I want to believe that it's something that happened in 2016, but like the truth of it, it's something that goes back to my childhood. So like the fact that um at one time in my life I had to experiment that. It's the ultimate reality in truth about like the life is all of it is like linked from the childhood to the adulthood to everything. So I was really a reckless person. I was a train wreck, as I used to call
Wow.
myself. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
never, yeah, I never said no to an experiment. I mean, not an experience. Um, I used to trust people very much, like easily, trust the experiences as well. But at the end, what kills the cat? It's the curiosity. That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
So one day, yeah,
but not necessarily. I mean, there was good for Maris. There was good and bad, but you learned your life lessons. Like you saved time, basically. You lots of time.
I mean, the experience we're talking about is like DMT, and um, out of nowhere, I have met people that I never knew before, and we were just hanging out in an apartment in the middle of Casablanca. Um, I never knew of the existence of the DMT before. I never took mushrooms or anything related. Um, all I did was weed, probably alcohol, stuff like normal people.
Yeah.
And one day I find myself in an apartment in the middle of nowhere with two strangers doing DMT.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine the contrast?
Yes.
And
It's like you took a spaceship. That's not even one-way ticket.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, it's like someone dropped you from space to Earth, and it was a free fall.
Hmm.
Literally, it was a free fall. So, the experience itself at the beginning, it was amazing. I mean, I cannot
A
describe the
question.
feeling I had.
I'm sorry, just the question. So it was like just was it presented as a part of a spiritual process or like as part of like let's you know what, let's just try something funny.
Um, they called it a spiritual trip,
Okay. Because usually this is what
but
it is.
yes, but I didn't know the fuck about spiritual stuff. I mean, I was just like living my life, smoking weed, smoking cigarette, traveling,
Mm-hmm.
going to work. I mean, I had pretty much a very, very normal life, like
Mm-hmm.
normal routine.
Yes.
And one day someone tells you spiritual trip, and you're gonna say, okay, what the fuck is that? Let's try it.
Yeah.
So
To
this is the
me,
spirit I went into.
hit me with it.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, why not? This is my this was my answer. And there were music. Uh, it was like two people with a cat, and
Yes.
we sat down, and they gave me a pipe to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And since I was used to weed smoking, I never thought that smoking could go that far.
Well, guys,
Oh my god.
we're just want we're laughing about it because now, as the experimenter said, is that she processed everything. But this is something to take very seriously. I'm telling you, it's not about just you smoking weed or like doing a recreationary experience. This is something very serious. Just to keep in mind, although we are laughing about it now, we are grown ups. But no, it's something to be taken very seriously.
It's one in a lifetime experience, and if you're not ready,
Hmm.
uh, you will face a consequence that I faced. So the thing is, we're talking about today is
Wow.
how someone like me, someone who never knew something about spirituality
Hmm.
except from religion,
Hmm.
Islam, and like praying and normal, very normal stuff, went
Conventional.
to that went to that extreme side of spiritual discoveries
Hmm.
and how it ended.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna tell you how it happened, and then we will go through what happened later, because that's the whole what's it all about.
Hmm.
So they gave me a pipe to smoke. I smoked it. I was playing with the cats, sitting on the floor. Nothing happened. I said, nothing kicked in. Nothing happened. They said, oh, okay. Because I have a resilient brain, that is for sure.
Hmm.
And gave me another pipe to smoke.
Okay, wow.
So yeah, when it hit so hard, and um, I remember every detail. I remember saying, like it's a free fall. I
But
never, yes, I never did like skydiving, but I'm pretty sure it feels the same because your heart just drops off,
wow, okay.
and the colors they start showing in the shape and stuff you've never seen in your life, because I've never been under hallucinogens before,
Yeah.
ever. So you see the colors, you see the shapes, you see things moving, you see it's beautiful. To be honest, like I'm saying the truth, it's
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah, of course, because it's
And
this is
then
the main purpose.
yeah, and then the two people they were sitting in front of me, and one had it had like dreads in her hair,
Hmm.
and I remember I used to see one of the dreads returning into a snake and looking
Okay.
at me. And it's not like you're dizzy and you don't know what it is and you are having doubts, and like you're not caring, like if you're drunk of
Mm,
or you're, like you're smoking weed, it feels like a dream. You
yeah.
are like there, full minded, looking at things. And I was like,
Okay. Because it sounds real.
wow.
You are wide awake and it's everything sounds real, right?
Everything is awakened in your body. First of all, your ear, like your hearing, your sight, your everything is like times 10.
Hmm.
It's the opposite of like being drunk or something, and what you see is real. Like it doesn't seem something else.
Hmm.
And I remember saying, wow, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful to see. But then I turned my eyes into the other guy, and the guy, he was like um, sitting on the floor, and a second I saw him like uh, going up to the sky,
Wow.
and yes, and at that moment the panic attack hit. I got scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
And mind you, we were on the sixth floor with a huge balcony open.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I remember I stood and I was like screaming. I just wanted to get out. And I took my bag, I took everything. And they were, I mean, at the time, it was hard for me to trust. So they went to the door and they closed the door with the key. Can you imagine someone having a panic attack and the only way out has been like closed with a key?
Hmm. I mean,
It was
you
either,
lose your mind at that moment. You just.
yes, it was either you open the door or I jump.
Hmm.
It was, I mean, and I, like, after years of processing what happened, I now understand that they were scared as well. It was hard for them to let me out in that state, in the middle of the ritual.
Did they also take
I
it, or
mean,
it was just you?
it was just me.
Okay.
And I remember finally they opened the door. We went down the elevator. We went outside, and outside I see four eyes in the face of the guy.
My God. Oh my God. Okay. You were no longer able to know what is true, what is not.
I mean, everything looked normal. The coffee shop, the
Mm, was there something like eye-opening when it comes to your spirituality, or did this come later on?
it came later on.
Okay, perfect.
It came
Okay.
later on. I mean, because at that point it was just panic.
Okay. So they
And as I was saying, yeah, as I was saying, like we went outside and everything was normal except the guy's face.
okay, wow, okay.
Everything, like you can see, if you're like seeing stuff, it's gonna be from the building to the coffee shop to the people passing to the dog, beside you and everything. But everything was normal except the guy's face. It was four eyes instead of two.
Ooh, okay.
And yeah, I never had like a panic attack in my life, like until that day. And I thought I was dying, and like a lot of strong feelings at that time.
Fear.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought I was dying, and when I was safe, I thought I lost my mind. So it was. I mean, yeah. And just to tell you, this is like if things were done like in other circumstances where I knew what I was stepping onto, and like I had an idea about how this is just one in a lifetime experience, and how lucky I must have been to be in Morocco and like um, meet someone who can like meet the DMT in there. It's
Yes.
something like with some space. I think it's luck. I was lucky because not everyone have or had or will have the chance to try it. But what I'm sad about is that I was not prepared. I was not um, I didn't have the knowledge to
Abs-
know what I was stepping into.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
I mean, if it was explained to me properly, and like I gave myself some time to ask myself existential questions, and like um, meditate and know what I want from life, and like have some really deep questions, I think it would have been the best experience in my life.
Absolutely. And I
But
totally agree with that.
so like my brain is divided in two. Sometimes I think that's the worst thing that happened to me because of the panic attack and the anxiety that gave me later on, like we will have to live with it for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I tried something so special at the end, it was a special experience.
Mm-hmm.
So so just to tell people, if you face, if like you have a chance to try DMT in your life, just do it prepared. Like
Yes.
after, like with time, I knew that, like I googled stuff and I know that it's ayahuasca, and like you need to have a shaman with you, and you need to prepare yourself, like eating healthy, meditate
Yes.
months or like
I,
sometimes years
yeah.
before doing it. But I did it like in a weekend in an
Well,
apartment in Casablanca with two strangers. What the fuck?
yes, and I mean, even if it's because it's used as part of psychological studies in clinical studies in universities, it's something very, and it has proven its benefits to heal so many, to heal addiction, anxiety, depression, PTSD. But as you said, if the preparation that goes with it is not there, I'm not sure of what the outcome might be.
Yes, it becomes just a nightmare, and um, yeah, I just did my best to understand what happened to me, because I had to understand to feel better about it and not be scared about the experience itself anymore. And it did cost me something. It cost me, like, since that time, my relationship with the religion.
Hmm.
When I because in our religion, Islam, we have a lot of, I mean, not us, even Christianism and like Judaism and other religions, we have like fiction in our beliefs, like the devil, the angels with wings, the monsters in hell, and stuff like
Yes.
that. So when I saw the guy flying,
Oh
my
my,
brain
wow.
totally went to Masih Dajjal.
Fuck. You know,
Imagine you see yourself seeing Masih Dajjal in front of you for real.
yeah. You know, one of the main things why I still haven't tried ayahuasca because I know that it says you face your fears. And one of my biggest fears growing up until recently was all هذوك الستوريز ديال الجنون اللي كانوا تيعاودوا لينا ملي كنا صغار.
Oh my god.
And they used to describe it, and I remember very well one day زغبني الله and I watched a movie of يسرا عرفتي يسرا لاكتريس المصرية. And I
Mm.
watched the movie, and one of the characters turned into those things. I am having goosebumps just mentioning their names, just to tell you how traumatizing it was. And then I was, if I ever do ayahuasca and I see that, I might just lose my mind immediately. And they actually tell you in centers where you can take ayahuasca, they tell you you have to give them details about your religion and things so they are prepared and they know. But I know if I ever see, as you said, Masih Dajjal or any of those spirits, my brain, I'd rather
Yes,
die.
because religious people, they're more likely to have panic attacks during the experience because they're predetermined, like prepared already, to believe in this kind of things.
Yeah.
So you already have them in your subconscious, just like pops up like that. And I made a research about what I saw in the lady with the snake. It was a Shiva, and the guy was a shaman. And when I googled the Shiva, it's a Hindu god with the snake on his
Yeah.
shoulder.
With the too many snake with the too many faces, right? Is it her?
No, it's just one guy with a snake in his shoulder and
Okay.
like kind of a high five in his hand.
Okay.
So so my brain was, how can a person like me trying DMT, who never read anything about that, never had a chance to see a book about like Indian gods or anything, ends up seeing something that ends up being true and other people they believe in.
Yes.
Are
Yeah.
they right?
Oh my God. It's just incredible what you're saying right here.
Like it's something that other people they have, like they believe in, and they describe it to you, and they like there are statues of it and everything, and you see it in an experience.
Hmm.
So that was like
Okay.
that was yeah, a brain shocking for me, first of all. So when I understood that the panic attack was related to my religious background, I stopped believing.
Yeah.
I stopped believing. I mean, I never gave it a title being like atheist or agnostic, whatever. I just like um, the sacred feeling that normal people have towards God, prophets, holy books, and everything. For me, it's gone. When
Hmm.
I hear Quran or something, just like someone singing, it makes there is no feeling inside of me.
Yes, because the
Someone,
cycle of the past was broken.
it was yeah, and it's just I became pretty convinced that religion is made by people,
Hmm.
by men to be precise, like uh, masculine human beings.
I always believe.
And like I'm convinced that, I mean, these are my own convictions that I'm having through my own experience. Um, I'm not trying to convince people
Yeah,
of my beliefs. I'm not trying to, just to tell like the audience that this is my own conclusion of my own experiences. So
Mhm.
like I'm not trying to how can I say it? Make fun of what you believe or like the strength of your faith or anything like that. This is me and for only me.
Because your experience
So
was real. You experienced those things. You went through those things. So we can never, how to say, put ourselves in your shoes because you've experienced that. So you are not looking for anyone to give you proof of it. You've seen it with your own eyes, and this is what
exactly.
gave birth to those conclusions. So this is a very non-judgmental space, and I think even our audience, like the audience that we are targeting, it's a very specific niche, so they will absolutely get that, and you are just giving them a wider vision of an experience and how it might completely change your life.
Yes, yes. I mean, the reason why I'm saying that because we've all seen some people that are like atheists and proud of it and trying to make fun of other beliefs and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And like, and I understand this, you know, when you live in a society that make pressure upon you like to believe in like stupidly because no one made the choice to be Muslim. We all were
Yes.
born that way. So
Mhm.
there is no conviction in things. It's just like uh, dogma and like repetition and like mimicking the believers'
Yes.
actions. But like in my case, this is not the case. It's not about being proud of being atheist or like it's just like this is me now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that this is how I became like and it's very understandable because as I told you, it's either I want it like we want it or not, it's all related to childhood trauma as well because the fear that I had when seeing that guy didn't come from nothing, from nowhere. It came from some things that I lived in my childhood and stories that we heard and we felt and like Masih Dajjal, like Adab al Qabr, like stuff like that that
Yeah.
blocked any um, free imagination you had or like free will to do some stuff. And that's what happened to me.
Yeah, how to traumatize, how to
So
traumatize a human.
yes, we all are. Yes. I mean, especially religious people, we are. I think we are. I think religion fucked us up more than it did us good.
I mean, and the way you are not. right about that because now how to say, like, I renewed my relationship with Islam and I take it from a different perspective now, and I'm so convinced by how, like, my own personal perspective of it. But I just realized that the way it was presented to us, especially in sometimes in schools, they robbed it of everything beautiful. The concept of belief, they just made it, they based it on fear and on punishment, and it's like this is the only thing you get out of it. Everything, it was robbed from it all, like its purpose, its spiritual purpose, how everything is connected, how beautiful it is. They just robbed it out of it, and they leave you in confusion, and whatever you might do in your life, you are just, it's like they installed a type of self-hatred in yourself that blocks you
Mm.
from experiencing life. And as you said, once you start learning about things, reading things, the cycle of trust is broken, and you just have to start from scratch like a baby, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I recently reached out to an amazing person. It's a spiritual coach, and I explained that I lost my spirituality and I
Amazing.
needed help about that. But like, you know, the way religion is presented to people
Mm-hmm.
is just a tool to manipulate people. That's it. I
Yes.
mean, it
I
comes from
agree
it's
with you.
yeah, it comes from the state that makes the books, that makes the text, making the children better citizens in a way that they do as they told. That's it. Like
Yeah,
I remember.
and look, when you see some, I'm not targeting any specific religion over here, but when you see some spiritual guides, the money they are making out of it, the luxurious life where they are living, while they are giving a speech about if you don't get what you need in this life, in this current life, you will get it in the other life where they're living all this luxurious life. There is a huge contradiction on it, on it, and even the way they
Yeah.
present subjects like marriage, like relationship between men, women. Some of the things are just,
just
I
just
mean,
sex and money.
it defy. I mean, they are in a direct opposition to science, to logic, to, and it's and the spiritual. I mean, experimenter. I'm trying
Uh-huh.
to say your name, but experimenter. I mean, هذه مش حاجة لسه نهضروا عليها. Like, you have your takes on it, and you have your takes on spirituality. I have my takes, but we all agree on one thing: is between, if it doesn't make sense to your mind, it doesn't make sense at all. And if
Yeah.
خلقنا بهذا العقل اللي كيفكر بهذه الطريقة، راه كان ممكن انه فقط يخلقنا بعقل، عمر ما قد لي هذه الفكرة هذه.
Look, I have nothing in my mind that avec quoi je peux, like I can defend any type of religion because to me they're just like a way to control people. And just to tell you an example, let's take our country as an example. تتمشي لتلت الخالي شي قرية صغيرة. You don't find a doctor, you don't find a library, you find شنو فقيه.
Exactly.
So
And
tell me how in the world فقيه is like more important than a doctor in الفرملية الفرملية تدق البراوات و whatever. And
yes.
this was stated because look, this is too political for me.
Honey, let me tell you something. I'm not, let's try hard to not put me in
Sorry.
jail. Okay, honey?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's why I stopped.
Because I do have kids and jail life
Yeah,
would be rough for
yeah,
me.
yeah. That's why I stopped. But like, just to tell you, in my opinion, in my
But you
own
are so
opinion,
right. But you are so right. You are absolutely right. And I will have we will leave it to another episode. But as محمد شحرور كان حماق على هذا المفكر. محمد شحرور, guys. Type his name on YouTube. You will have his wonderful videos. Littéralement, il m'a réconcilié d'une manière ou d'une autre avec la religion. Et qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Il dit أنه ما يمكنش تقنعوا أن مخترع لاكليم ما غيدخلش الجنة واحد اللي قال النهار كامل واش التسبيح غيسبقوا ليها. راه ما يمكنش.
شتي الحاجه اللي تقدر تشرح لك شويه هذه القضيه سيك عمرك شتي لا ان اي لا سوبيريوريتي للعيالات المحجبات تيشوفوا بها العيالات اللي لابسين سايات واللي لابسين سروال عادي
I will say
كيفاش
واحد الأقلية because I come from a family اللي أغلبية فيهم لا ماجوريتي دايوغ لابسين الحجاب ولكن كاين واحد سورتو كاين واحد التعصب من واحد الجهة je suis tout à fait d'accord avec toi you are so right
ils se sentent supérieurs ils se
yes
sentent supérieurs like I am better than you because I'm going to heaven and you are to hell I am better la vie s'arrête là genre بنادم فاش يكبر تيشد القنت ويشد القهوة ويشد الضامة في الموقف ويشد هذا كيتسنى الموت
yes
قسما بالله alors que people who doesn't believe they're like eager to discover and to see the maximum of this world before they go wherever they will go ماشي
I will just interrupt you for 1 second, for 1 moment. I mean, there are people, believers who understood the essence of the spirituality, the essence of the universe, the essence of God, the essence of the creator, whatever you would like to call it. And there are people who are blind believers and they are picking what suits. It's not even what suits them. They were like, okay, قال لي داك الإمام صافي غادي نحبس له and they كيديروا point mort. Those are people that we are not criticizing, but giving our opinions about. But still, there are some believers, they are convinced by what they do. Believers, let's say, en symbiose avec l'univers, en symbiose avec the purpose of humans, the purpose of why we are here. They are.
And why are we here?
Okay, we are talking about this. We are talking about the other side, guys.
Lazima, as a human being, why are we here, in your opinion?
Honestly, why we are here, I don't know. It's from there are different perspectives of it. Think about it.
I think si on le prend, il faut take it from scientific perspective is to pour avoir de la progéniture, to continue the race.
Evolution, I see why we are here. Yes. On se base uniquement sur la théorie de l'évolution. Je vais dire que we are part of natural
ecosystem.
Natural evolution of a species. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe of year from now, humans will be, je sais pas, Peter Pan. So we might grow because of all the traffic. We might end up growing wings. Who knows? But I mean, I can't really answer the question of why we are here.
So yeah, because like
I will be in a room, close the door, and spend the next year thinking about it.
I think c'est très subjective. It's very subjective to answer to this question. But like in my opinion, why are we here? Who created the universe? Where we came from? I mean, before genre منين جينا وفاش غنموتوا فين غنمشيو. C'est 4 questions. No one has the answers to it. And because no one has the answers to it, everyone can give the answer they want and make it the right one. And so pourquoi we have more than 4,000 religions on earth? Because each one of them, they say, I know the truth. This is the truth. No, this is the truth. This is the truth. So this is what makes us like so different. But no one knows. No one knows. No one knows.
No one had died. No one had died and came back to tell us what happens. Guys, another show. I'm really doing advertisement over here. الخريطة مع Islam. الخريطة. It's a very good show on YouTube, and it's someone he went into vraiment, how to say, il a pris le concept de tout ce qui est the myths of الحديث and he went through all its details in the depth to break هذوك المyths they just suffocate everything there is. And he told them just like that. You can't مثلا تهضر لي على عذاب القبر واش عايش واحد مات ورجع عاود ليك. How do you know? But
So
I
this
guess,
is what they call faith.
but I guess whatever happens after we die, it might be something amazing because otherwise the pharaohs wouldn't have built the pyramids. So I trust those guys because they were smart, and I think we're going in a big trip. But last time what my son told me, because he experienced the loss of someone, because we lost someone from the family, and then he asked me, so where that person go? And I told him to just left this life, like this earth, and took a journey to the other side. So she's just continuing her life on the other side. And one day he was trying to cross this. We were trying to cross the street, and I told him, "Pay attention. I want you to keep holding my hands because don't want you to die." He's like, "I'm not scared of it. You told me that you're just like going on a trip," and it just hit me
Oh my god.
because it's true.
Okay, don't go that soon.
Yeah, but like just to tell you because he doesn't have the amounts of fear, the amount of trauma that we have. He sees it as
Yeah,
just a trip,
yeah.
and
It
it just
come like the way you presented it. It's a very like gentle and smart way. Uh, Parmi like if we're recommending things, I would like to recommend a book called Un merveilleux malheur, and it's about
who's the author if
it's Boris something. It's a guy that still makes il fait toujours des séminaires, des conférences, des webinars on
with
the
from,
relationship like enfant-parent. Boris si quelque chose, I don't remember his full name, mais ça
Mhm.
s'appelle Un merveilleux malheur, and it just explained to you the relationship with like between parent and kids. So, like it took the example of La vie est belle.
Mhm.
Have you seen the movie of Roberto Benigni?
Oh my God. I watched it once.
Uh,
I can never watch.
okay. So he took, I mean, it's about like how the dad presented the Holocaust and the fear of the soldiers and everything to his kid. And at the end, his kid was the only ones who survived
Yeah.
because il a pris pour fun.
Yes, and it's true.
Yeah.
And it's true. Yes, sometimes things shouldn't be taken that serious because once have you ever seen the NASA pictures where they are where you can see planet Earth, how tiny is it, and how the rest of the galaxy is huge?
Yeah.
Realize
Yeah.
we're
It
here.
was just that, like, please, come on. If we're
No
so
big
tiny,
deal.
if we're that small in the universe, that fucking small, we're in, like, only presque invisible. How how come a God who created all of this beauty, this complexity in everything,
Care about those
gives a
details.
fuck if
Yeah.
I fucked with someone or not, if
No,
I
no, no.
had alcohol or not,
And
if
it's
I
and you see the beauty out of it. You see that it's enormous, that it's huge, and it's magical. And at first you just feel the love, you just feel the enormity of everything, and you're like, oh, wow,
feel the
wow.
art.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Feel
my
that perceive.
arguments with the taxi driver in the morning that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't know with my husband,
Yeah.
it doesn't count. Yeah, now
Yeah.
just go back to your experience. To your experience.
Yes.
So we'll have to go back to your. So it stops on where everything you knew to be true was completely erased.
Yes. Yes. You want the truth.
Yes.
Uh, I survived the panic attack after the DMT, and I was like okay with it, and it's okay. I was just surprised and everything, and I said to myself, okay, I need to take a break from this stress, and I'm going to see my friend and smoke some weed with her. And I went. I took the train and I went to another city,
The same night.
Ifrane. No, a week after.
Okay.
I I just put the weed in my mouth, and like the first thing that happened, I had a panic attack.
Okay.
So the anxiety I'm living till today is because of the weed I smoked after the experience.
How do you explain that?
I think my brain was able to handle what happened, but nothing else. Like, il
Toxicity.
était sur le bord de sa limite, et stupid as I was, I gave him something else. I
But you
think this is what
even
happened.
if you, I don't know if you've read this, but usually when you try ayahuasca, what happens is that your brain can no longer experience any other drug that is, let's say, not for a spiritual purpose. Like I know that people completely stopped weed, completely stopped marijuana, completely stopped using drugs after their ayahuasca experience because they just see the value of everything around them and life around them from a different perspective. Maybe this is what happened, like the way of of your brain or body telling you just stop.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like sometimes I think that probably if I had another ayahuasca experience, probably I will hear from all of it. I
Hmm.
seriously think about that, but I cannot take the risk because I have a daughter. If anything has to happen to me,
Yes,
that's not fair.
but it will be just wonderful, all the conversations you are going to have. Um,
Oh my God.
there.
Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, it might be the worst thing that happened to me,
Yes.
but it was the best thing that happened to me as well because it's kind of freed me from a lot of things. I mean,
Hmm.
even my relationship with my dad, I fixed
Okay.
it.
Oh wow, oh, okay.
I fixed
Okay.
it. I had the conversation with my dad, and he apologized for everything that happened in my
Oh,
childhood.
this is bringing me to tears.
I swear to God, because like for sure, my relationship with my father was the reason I made all most of the mistakes I made because my only I had a lot to prove because of the way I was raised,
Hmm.
and I was running away, and I didn't even know from what, and I didn't love myself as I should. So just by having this experience and having the time to think about everything, think about all that scared me, all the mistakes I made, why I made that choice, where are the patterns, why these patterns exist, what triggers them. I mean, all these kind of questions was like I was able to have them because of the DMT experience. Ça m'a réveillé in a way I've never been awakened before.
Wow.
I swear to God,
لا
to
تشوفي
God,
فيك
like
يا
I'm
شمس
talking about.
تتبع. شوف. Yeah. Of course. Listen, I think that
I'm
you
sorry,
can,
it's noisy over here.
yeah, it's fine, honey. It's let's call it love, whatever you want. It's something that is there. You are making me think of Shams Tabriz. And when he was teaching Rumi, he told Rumi that it's once you lose everything, it's once you have nothing to prove to the society, to people around you, you have nothing more to be ashamed of, that you will find the true love, that you will find the true happiness. And I think this is what you went through, literally.
I think I still have like a road in front of me, ahead of me, to be honest, because it's a work in progress. I
Uh-huh.
still have like I still have self love to to learn. I still have a lot of things to work on, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that thanks to the DMT, I'm on the right path. Probably I took the long path because instead of having a full experience out of it and like finishing the spiritual experiment in the best way, I had a panic attack. And instead of like of it happening in 1 hour, it's probably happening in a decade. But it showed me where I should be going,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm grateful about.
And you're happy. You're happy.
Happier, yes, happier than what I was, that's for sure, because I used to make a lot of mistakes out of nothing and be harsh to myself. And like, I was a train wreck. I was reckless. I love who I was under survival mode,
Yes,
but I'm getting better. I know where are the flaws. I know what has been done because like there are some patterns that you do and you don't even know why. You
definitely.
see it's a mistake, but you do it again and again and again and again because you cannot help it. And it's by thinking about what happened in your childhood that might be related to it and making peace with it. And I'm just lucky my father is still alive so I can have the conversation with him. Imagine if he was dead, or, I
That
mean,
must, that must be so healing.
yes, yes. I mean, him apologizing to me for everything that
Oh,
happened in childhood and acknowledging that he was the person he was. Because even now, when I'm like, it happened to me that I stopped talking to my father for years and years. But like, I just understood that I'm upset. I'm like enraged to the father he was, not the
mm,
father he is today.
it is today, yes.
Yes, he changed, but like my heart couldn't forgive the father he was before. But he's not that person anymore, and he apologized. For me, my father to apologize to me. I
Wow.
mean, I was not even like able to think that it's something possible.
And I mean him apologizing to you. I'm sure he there must have been some work done on himself somewhere, or like him having
Yes,
an introspective look at everything he had done. I will have to congratulate your father for giving himself the space to actually apologize, because it does as much good to the person apologizing to the person he is apologizing
yes.
to. Wow.
I think he knew that it doesn't take much from him to do, but it will mean the world to me.
To you. Yes,
And it
yes.
just like he just swallowed his ego and did it. And that just explained to me the love that he was never able to express.
Oh my God,
It was
yes.
yeah, it was expressed in one sentence. I'm so sorry. And that was enough for me to not heal or forgive 100%, because even though you still have nightmares about that father and you still have like fears from that father and you're working on it, but at least you know he doesn't exist anymore. And
Okay.
it's a relief because we had a pretty terrible childhood. Like we were well dressed, well fed, best schools, but we were like our emotions and our mental strengths were like cut into shreds. The
Yeah, and
people who used to see us from the outside, they were like there was some envy. You were like wearing a dress in the morning and a dress in the afternoon and a new pajama almost I don't know how many days a week. You
yes.
were eating here, eating there. You were traveling here, traveling there, but they don't know the truth. They don't know that we were the saddest kids I've ever knew.
And what you, oh my God. I'm
So
just
that's
imagining
why,
over here. I'm just imagining the conversation between the two of you. And I'm so happy. I'm really so happy for you.
me
And now
too.
that you're telling me that, oh, everything that you've been through since that experience, since that trip, it all makes sense.
Yes, it all makes sense, and it's like I was just it was like it's like the universe gave me so many warnings about where I was heading to, and
Yes.
I never listened. And one time he came and he slapped me in the face and he was like, "Sit the fuck down.
Listen to
This
what I have
is
to say.
yes, this is how I see it and how it feels inside of me." Because I used to like just the fact that I was taking DMT in the apartment with two strangers can give you an idea about who I was, who I fucking
And
was. Kind of.
we made stupid decisions, like looking back at them,
Yes,
you're
but
like, that just
yes,
live after all of that.
yes. I just I know I was a train wreck going in all the directions with full strength, not caring about myself or anybody else, like trying everything in front of me. Um, that was very exciting as a life, but very dangerous as a life. And I was just, in many occasions I could have uh, been found somewhere like with head chops, or because I
Yeah.
really made very stupid decisions, trusting strangers, traveling to Bangkok by fucking myself, um, going to Akshor by fucking two strangers, to Palestinians, and like meeting people, and like going in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there are so many like things that I have done that was so reckless, that for the universe to give me that slap just made sense to me. It's just like, okay, 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 thank you, I'm
What
here.
can I say? What can I say?
That's
Oh,
why I
thank
said
you.
it's more related to childhood, because
Absolutely.
if I had if I had like a normal childhood, I was gonna be able to see and to know if something is good for me or not. Is it okay to start trust strangers? What am I taking? Is it gonna be good for me? I mean, the basic questions that normal people can ask. But I was like not caring about anything, and it's going back to the days where I never learned how to love myself or care about myself. All I cared about is if my father will know or not.
Yes, but
And
again, that you're saying that, I think even the MT trip happened so that you, if you have someone to be thankful for, that will be you. You did your own
yeah,
journey, your own work on yourself. And it's
yes,
good that, comment dire, tu n'as pas de compte à rendre à qui que ce soit en termes de gratitude pour la personne que tu es
yes,
aujourd'hui.
yes. I think I'm still working on the fact that I should be grateful to myself of
And you
like,
needed that, because this is
yeah,
because you keep mentioning self-love. Um, you needed that. You needed that. And you're so
yes,
brave. You're so brave.
yes.
You're so brave. People will just, I mean, the experience itself is so scary, let alone all the trauma behind it and all the carry on you come with, filled with sadness, with whatever. Some people never come back, or some people completely lose their mind, completely lose their self. You're
Yes, yes,
brave.
yeah, yeah. And I read about them, and I felt so lucky. And um, it, c'est sûr que it was years of medication, years
Yes,
of therapy, years of like that helped too. But like me understanding the reality of it, and taking off the fear like cap from the experience, and saying that might have been the best thing that happened to me instead of the scariest thing that happened to me, just means that the research I'm doing, they are giving their fruits. And I'm still like a work in progress, but if I never did that experience, I'm pretty sure I would never be in Canada today, married to my husband, having kids, and settling down,
yes,
because I
and
was not that kind of people,
at
that
that
kind of person.
subject, and oh my God. Yes.
كنت غتلقاني مازال تتكيف جوانات في شي بلاصه وهازه صاكي
انا
دابا
داكشي
ساهره.
لا دابا حيت بعدا كنت اصلا هذاك لا بيرسون تتعاودي لي انت عليها ديال افون دي ام تي، انا ما عرفتهاش، انا عرفتك ابخي ليكسبيريونس.
وي.
اي كتجيني بحال هذيك لا بيرسون بعيده completely from the person you are today. I find, and it's completely
آه.
away from that person. It just to tell you how much that change was deep.
Yes. Yeah. Ça vient vraiment du cœur, ça vient vraiment du fond de. Like my course changed, my weight, my brace weight,
Yeah,
everything.
it's a switch in your DNA.
Yes,
It's like a
yes.
switch on your DNA, because the person I know, not to, it has been a long time we didn't meet, by the way, but the person I know and I knew has nothing to do with someone that would just go to Akshor with random strangers. You see, like your
Yes,
DNA completely changed, and it was the and universe's way, or this loving energy around you, a way to protect you.
yes. Ça c'est vraiment what I do believe in my heart. C'est que the universe just sent me a tangible message that I should stop.
Yeah.
This is not going good for you. And I think because I am someone who is loved somehow because I never hurt people. I never.
Mhm.
I mean, this is just who I am. It's not about like
You
bragging
are.
or something. This is just who I am. I am a harmful, uh, peaceful person. Je suis très pacifiste comme personne. Like
Yes.
really. So this is, I think, if karma is paying me that way, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
That's so beautiful. And we are gonna end on if karma is paying it that way, then I'm very grateful because it means that
Yes.
I'm doing good.
Yes.
Thank you for this beautiful c'est comme un bum. Thank you for this beautiful hug.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for this
Viva.
beautiful
Viva.
beautiful conversation and for allowing us to dive into your transformation because
Yes, and like but for sure
really
there are like a lot of things to talk about, but like we take into consideration the geographic positions and a lot of things.
it's almost
So
45 minutes. Yeah, honey, no. I will break
so yeah.
the record. I will break the record if everything happens.
So I thank you for allowing me to share this with you and like the
Thank
audience, and
you. Thank
I
you.
hope.
Thank you.
I mean, the message that I do have is that, like, I just hope people they take the best of every experience and they
Yes,
just trust that the universe sometimes gives you um, like a bitter apple, but at the end it's an apple, and it's up to you
yes,
to see the way you want. But like,
please.
trust the process.
Yes, trust the process. Oh, oh my God. Yes, trust the process.
Yes.
I'm selling all your codes as NFTs, by the way. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for having this conversation with you. I feel like I'm in a little cloud right here. You know, like
Yeah, there are like many other details we didn't mention just because like it's too many it's too much like details into what happened and what happened
yeah,
after and how but like the most important is the experience itself and the message that it gives to people who would like to try DMT or ayahuasca in the future, what the
yeah,
mistakes not to do, and do not judge someone who tells you that they they don't believe in anything because sometimes just like it just it's just how things ends up for them. It's not like
yeah.
something to brag about or like to be offensive to you, or
Thank you for
sometimes it just happens.
yes. Yeah, it just
It's like
happens. It just their own conclusion. It just happens to them that way.
yes, yes. I mean, I'd love to be able to get back the faith that I had because it was pretty to trust someone that you've never seen, you've never heard
Yeah.
with all your problems and be at ease with it and trust that they will help you. I mean, it's a huge relief.
Yes, it
But
is.
like yes, it's a huge relief like تزيد ديك الله بأنه غادي يعاونك وغادي تحط عليه كاع مشاكلك you trust that he's doing the best for you. This is blind faith and it's beautiful. But like once you lose the sacred touch of it, you cannot get it back.
Yes, yes. We'll leave the funny story of one you the day you ordered the famous books and your mom had to
Oh my
open
god. Oh
for you.
my god.
Maybe it's another episode, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
you're welcome,
Guys,
sweetie.
she is doing the interview from a car, in her car,
Yes.
dropping her kid at
Yes.
school and grabbing
Yes.
time to go breakfast. Thank you so much for your time. And we're
You're welcome,
definitely doing an
sweetie.
ad episodes. Definitely. Just remember, I'm
Yes.
in jail. Keep that in mind. And we will be catching up soon. I love you so
Yes.
much. Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye,
for
Viva.
visiting me. Thank you. Kisses, baby.